Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So today we're going to play with the gel press, but in a very specific kind of way to make these ocean themed cards. So let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so we're going to do something a little bit different with the gel press today. So if you remember back to the first video I did, it was very much let's just play and see what we make. I'm going to do the opposite today. I'm deliberately trying to make something and let's see if I can make it. So I have these die cuts from Denise from Luscious labels. I love them. They're these really cute ocean themed ones. So what I thought I'd do would try and make some oceany kind of backgrounds to be able to put these on. So I have a bunch of distress oxides in front of me. I have Mermaid Lagoon, Salty Ocean, Peacock Feathers, Salvage Patina, Tumbled Glass, Prize Ribbon, and Faded Jeans. Not quite sure about the colour thing here, and I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to gel press. You guys know that I just play and just see what I can make. But I'm going to see if we can make a couple of backgrounds and then turn them into cards. So I'm going to start off with some blues. So I'm going to put Mermaid Lagoon down. So I'm just directly onto my gel press. There's nothing fancy here. I'm going to add a little bit of Salty Ocean in here as well. If you remember back to that video, you'll know I don't really mind getting my oxides sort of on each other. That doesn't bother me in the slightest, so I'm not worried about the contamination. And I just need to get a piece of scrap paper. I forgot about that. Rolling that out, and then I've got a bunch of, I've cut this just to A5, so I've got just a bunch here that I'm going to try and make this on some cardstock. So I'm going to start with just a layer of blue. I don't care if I get it all over my hands. If you guys actually had seen my hands earlier, I had a bit of an inky play last night with a bunch of other stuff, and I had ink everywhere. Like I got into the shower and my hands were black from all of the different coloured inks. So I don't really mind if I get some more on me. Something that's really cool about oxide is obviously that it's reactive with water, so it's really easy to clean up. Alright, so let's pull that up. Now that's deliberately very, very, very plain, so I'm not worried about that. Then I'm going to come in with, so I've got some stencils and I've got some stamps. I sort of thought I'd play and see what I can get with different layers. So I'm just going to come in there a little bit more. Got some on the back there. I'm leaving what's there, that's fine. I'm going to just put a little bit of Prize Ribbon down and a little bit of Faded Jeans, so we're going to go a little bit darker. And again, just spread that out. I'm just going to grab, these are my Lawn Fawn Ocean Wave stencils. So I'm just going to put that down, and then if I put this back over the top, again, no idea what's going to create here, we'll find out. Ooh. So I've kind of got some shapes happening here, and then if I come and pick this up, I'm going to actually do the opposite. So I'm going to put that down, and then with the Brayer, I'm just going to put some of that ink back down. So I've got some sort of things happening here. This is actually so much fun. I just like creating. I just like seeing what I can come up with. Okay, so I'm going to add, this is the other cool thing about oxides, is that they do sit on top of each other. Look at that. Is it bad that I actually like the back better? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of Tumbled Glass down. And again, I'm going to put the Ocean Wave over the top because it's got some ink on it still. So this will mix together, I hope. Just push that down, see what we get. Not a lot, I didn't think we would. Whoops, oh, and I forgot about that. All of the ink was on the back. Oh well. Okay. I want to add some texture to this. I'm going to try with some spots first, and then I'm going to try, and then I might put some water and stuff on here. So I'm going to grab This is my little Uniquely Creative stencil. So I'm just going to put some peacock feathers down on here. And I'm not going to brayer that out. I'm just going to put the stencil over the top. I'm going to do this as 2 bits, so I'm just brayering to get the ink through. Okay, I kind of messed that up. Damn. That's alright. I don't mind making mistakes. It's actually kind of fun. I'm going to end up being inky as heck, but that's okay. I'm just going to see what I pick up on the other side. And then we might stop playing with this one and start playing with the other side. I think I could still use that. Maybe. We'll find out. Okay. That didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but I'm sure I can think of... We might still be able to use that somewhere else. So I'm going to come in with another bit of cardboard. I'm going to put Salvage Patina on the top. I'm going to put Salty Ocean in the middle. And I'm going to put Prize Ribbon at the bottom. I'm going to brayer these together so I get a nice kind of effect. I'll grab another bit of cardboard. Just ink this up. I never get them as smooth as I see them on other people, so that kind of bugs me a little bit, but it's okay. I'm gonna, just while I'm here and I've got ink on this, I'm just gonna put these dots just at the top here and just roll that through. Yeah, I didn't think I had too much ink left on it anyway, so that's all good. Alright. What other stencils did I get? So I've got this bubbles one. This is a reverse bubbles from Hero Arts. I'm interested to see how this will come up. I think I used it last time. So I'm going to go in with Tumbled Glass, which is a little bit lighter. And again, I'm not cleaning my gel press at all here. I'm just seeing what I get. We'll put the bubbles down. So I'm going to get a sort of reverse impression, I guess. This is a reverse stamp anyway. So I'll pull that up. I'll stamp that down in a sec. But let's see what we get with the bubbles. Okay. It's very subtle, but they are there. You can just sort of see them at the top, and I like the way the blue and the green have mixed together. Okay. And then, as a bit more fun, I'm going to add a bit of water here and let it oxidize. And then just use a tissue just to pick up some of that excess. Then I want to put some Faded Jeans on here with a bit of water. So it's going to water this down and give me these kind of more speckly, bubbly kind of bits. I just want to see what I get. I'm just doing a quick press. It's not a... Ooh. I may have ruined my bubbles. That's okay. Alright, I'm going to play a little bit more and I'll let you know sort of when I come back. I'll have a couple of extras and I'll sort of show you what I've done. I just think this is a... Obviously you can sit here and watch me play and that may be fun, but I also think you might get bored. So I'm gonna have a bit of an experiment and I'll come back and let you know what I did. Okay, so I've had all my inky fun now. All my inky fun. And I'll clean myself up later, but I can keep going like this. I ended up with a bunch. I'm not happy with a couple of them, but that's okay. This is the fun of gel press. Because honestly, it's just creating. It's just making a mess and seeing what you can get. I actually like this one more than I thought I would, but I just did it on regular paper. I just wanted to see what I'd get. I look like a Smurf. But I don't hate that. I actually think that one worked out okay. This one's the one that I'm disappointed in. I tried to get the rays a couple of times and they just didn't quite work. This one I tried to water it down. Definitely didn't quite come out. This one's probably my favourite. And you'll see the others in a minute. I really like the blues and then the spots, and you can just see the bubbles in the background, so I really like that one. I actually don't mind this one either. I feel like it's got a bit more darkness to it, and I like those spots. I really do like this one. I just think it doesn't look right at the moment because we haven't pulled it apart. I like this one. Sorry, I'll go back. This was using the raised stencil. This is a My Favourite Things one, and I think I used all the inks with that one. That one's got all the lighter colours. So this one's, I think it's Salty Ocean on the bottom, a little bit of Prize Ribbon, and Tumble Glass. Definitely Tumble Glass in the back. This one's got a bit of the teals to it as well, especially on the top. That's definitely Peacock Feathers, and then some Prize Ribbon and Salty Ocean at the bottom. I don't think I used Faded Jeans. I really don't think I used it. I definitely had it, I just didn't use it as much. This has got the teals going in the middle, so I'm pretty sure that's Mermaid Lagoon, Peacock Feathers, and then that looks like to me Salty Ocean, or maybe, yeah, maybe. And this one was the first one we did. So I think that one needs to go. And I think that one needs to go. But I think I can do something out of the other 4. So let's see if we can make 4 cards. So first thing I'm going to do is grab down my Big Shot, and then I'm going to grab my stitched rectangle dies. So these ones are my Uniquely Creative ones. I like these ones because they are Australian sized, so that just helps out a little bit. And then let's see where we can get some colours. I actually think this one would look good this way. So, a bit of washi tape. We'll cut that one out. I'll actually go ahead and I'll cut all of them. I'm basically just going to stick the die in the page somewhere and sort of work out where I like it the most, and then we'll have 4 squares that we can start sort of working this out from. Alright, so 3 out of these ones I'm still really happy with. I think the angles come out really nicely. I really like this one. I really like the splodginess of it. The one I don't like is this one, and it's because I missed. So I think I'll have a look at this in a second and see what I can come up with. So I've got out, where are all the die cuts? I've got out a couple more. Whoops, I lost a crab. I'll pick it up in a sec. So we've got some jellyfish. We've got some big fish, we've got some whales. Okay, so I need a pair of scissors because I need to fix this little bit. So I just made a bit of I didn't quite cut it right in the top corner because I realised that I'd messed up the side and I got a bit mad at myself. So I do also have these ones which are shells and coral. And I'm deliberately keeping to these. I don't want to bring in any other. I've got plenty of ocean sets. Oh God, do I have plenty of ocean sets. But I want to deliberately keep them as these because I want them to all kind of match together. So I'm just pulling this around. All right, so this is the edge I don't like. So let's add in a bit of ink. We don't have to keep it just gel press, we can always add some. So I'm grabbing Prize Ribbon and my dark blue brush. I'm just going to add in just some ink around the edges on the bottom. So it kind of fixes up that edge a little bit. Obviously it'll still be noticeable, but less obvious. There it is. And then I'm going to come up with Salty Ocean just up the rest of the side here. And just see See how that looks. Yeah, it's not hidden, but I think that actually looks a lot better. It kind of does something there, which I like. Alright, so I'm going to work on each of them one by one. Each of them one by one. Just want to add a little bit of water. Just to soften that just a little bit. Oh, softened too much. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. So if we come in maybe with some shells and some anemone on the bottom, even on the sides, we could work up this side to kind of hide it. That might work. There we go. And then obviously we'll do something similar on this side, but we just don't have to go all the way up. This side I might just do those three. And none of these am I going to put sentiments on at this point. I'm going to leave all of them sentimentless. Sentimentless? That's a word. On purpose, because I want to be able to just chuck on a random sentiment, like it could be a birthday card, it could be a anniversary card, really whatever I want to do. Now I love all the shells and stuff on this one, but then I don't want to overdo the critters. It's because this one's got so many of the dies around the edges. I might leave this one a little bit less creaturesome. Oh damn. Don't know if that's me with ink or if that's just got there. Okay, so I feel like that shell looks silly, so I don't want to put it there. We'll stick these down and we'll see how we go. There's the glue tape. So I'm going to stick, some of these are going to be flat, some of these are going to be lifted up just a little bit. So these two at the back are definitely going to be flat. So I'm just using glue tape. Obviously you can use liquid glue if you like. It's whatever you're happy to use. So that's going to sit at the front. I need this one to just sit up. I'm deliberately going to go off the edges, and I will cut that excess off afterwards. Okay, there we go. And then this one we'll do up on some foam tape. So I'll talk you through this one, and then I might create the other ones and then come back and show you at the end, just so that you're not sitting around watching me wiggle die cuts around, because as fun as I'm sure it is, it's not that enjoyable. That's going to go up at the bottom, and then these ones are all going to sit flat. Yeah. Actually, I might put one up on just a slightly skinnier foam tapes. I've got a couple of different width tapes or height tapes, if you know what I mean. This one's a little bit skinnier. no idea where I got these from. Absolutely no idea. Don't remember. But I do want to put just a couple of them sort of around, and I'm going to add some glossy accents to them so they kind of look like bubbles. And I am going to chuck on, I wasn't going to, but I'm going to chuck on a sentiment, and I'm just going to use a strip. These are Uniquely Creative strips. I love them. They're so good just to sort of chuck these on random things. So I'm just, these are my general ones, so they don't necessarily have, like some of them are happy housewarming, some of them mean they're sending love. I'm trying to find one that's a bit white because I just want this to sit with something else. So I know I'm off to the side, but just promise me, I promise you I'm just looking around the side. So not happy housewarming. I've got lots of happy housewarming. I've got lots of enjoy. I might just use this one here. This is just says just let's celebrate. I think that's actually going to be perfect. So I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to stick on. So I'm just using my glossy accents to actually even stick this down. So I'm just going to stick it on, and then just put like a bit of glossy accents on the top. These ones are actually flat, so they're not like normal sequins, because they've got the hole in them. I'm going to actually see. I don't think it will work. I think they'll pop up. But just there's one there that I'm just going to have. It hasn't actually been stuck down. It's just got the glossy accents on top. And we'll just see if it pops up afterwards. I do have a jewel picker that I use usually to do this. I just can't grab it right now. So I'm just doing it this way. And then let's just stick that sentiment on. So it's going to go on with some foam tape as well. Whoops, I missed. Let's celebrate just there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that one to dry while I do the others, and then I'll cut the edges off. So I'm going to go ahead and make the others up, and I'll be right back. Am I 100% happy with these? No. There's one I'm really not particularly happy with, which kind of makes me angry because it's the one that I think I should like the most, because it's this one here. I know I ended up putting sentiments on all of them, but I don't know, I felt like I needed to. The only thing I'm going to do really quickly is just cut off the excess on this one. And I'm being very careful because I don't think the Glossy Accents is quite dry yet. So I'm just trying really hard not to hit it. I'll obviously, like you'll see in the end shots when they're all dry. No, I lost one. Go. I did lose a little here. This is why you don't do what I just did. Okay, so I'm just grabbing the sequin off. We'll rescue the sequin first. Get the Glossy Accents off the back. I'll clean that up. Ugh. Just clean that up a little bit so that there's not Glossy Accents on my desk mat, if you wanted to call it. Okay. So there's the 4 cards. I'm just going to fix this one up. So I'm just grabbing one of those sequins again. I forgot not how bad these sequins are, but the blue ones in particular, for whatever reason, don't seem to want to sit happily. This is the one I don't like. The one with the orca, which is sad because orcas are my favourite. I feel like it just needed something else, but I couldn't find something else to put with it, and it was like, so this one's obviously the most complicated, the most stuff on it, but I feel like it balances itself out, whereas this one and this one really let the background do the talking, whereas this one, I don't know, there's something about it that I don't like. I'm hoping when the Glossy Accents dries and that's clear, maybe there's something about it that I'll like again, but I really like the Glossy Accents on this one. I think they've worked out really nicely. But anyway, that wasn't really about the die cuts. The die cuts were the bonus, but I just wanted to play with making some backgrounds with the gel press with a deliberate plan in mind. Obviously, I've gone all over the top for today's video. I was only going to make 1 card, and then I sort of sat here and thought, well, no, I'm probably going to need to make more than that. But I'd love to know which one you guys like the best, and if you like these kind of more crazy, this is my idea, but I don't know how I'm going to get there kind of videos. So please let me know down in the comments below, or of course you can find me on my socials. You can get all of these die cuts from Luscious Labels. I will link them down below, as I will with the gel press. I just use oxide. You can use paint, you can use a bunch of other stuff, and one day I'm going to have some fun making backgrounds and then adding in some texture with some like texture paste or other kinds of texture to add in as well, because I feel like that would be a lot of fun. But for now, I'm really just enjoying playing with the gel press and just seeing what I can create, and this has definitely been a lot of fun. So if you did enjoy this one, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more card making and more gel press videos from me. Hope you have an absolutely awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!